One of our topics later in the semester will be plant pathology, or plants that are showing signs of damage, and really being able to diagnose what caused those. So show a couple examples of kind of interesting examples of plant herbivory, so animals eating the plant material. These are the tracks of an animal called a leaf miner. Leaf miners are a pretty diverse group, and some of them are flies and other, I think some are moths maybe. And what they do is they lay their eggs, and the larva crawls into the leaf. So it's protected between the upper and lower layers of the leaf. Makes it a little harder for predators to attack these insects. And while they're inside of the leaf, they eat the juicy parts of the leaf, leaving this trail behind of where they've been. So just a white streak in kind of a trail pattern shows where the larva has crawled. Also can see it's left some poop behind. That's pretty standard. And then this, as a larval stage, would finish eating, then pupate, then grow up into the next stage, adult of that species. Here's one example of what we have quite often in our goldenrods. This is a gall. So this is actually not, it kind of looks, if you're not familiar with these, it might look to you like a fruit. It's very hard. And I didn't bring anything to cut it open, so I'm just going to have to tell you about it. You can see it's associated with a leaf. It's basically like a little plant tumor. And what happened to produce this is the insect that made this injects a chemical that causes the plant to produce this structure, and also the insect lays an egg. So wasps are kind of common for galls. We'll go with wasps. So inside of here should be probably already the larva of the wasp that laid the egg. And what it gets is protection, so similar to the leaf mining, but also now inside of tissue that is bigger because the adult kind of stung this plant. So there's extra food source in there, there's protection from the outside, and also pretty good protection from the elements. So insect can stay in here until it's ready to emerge in the next year, and it'll be protected much better from the elements. It's got a little bit of a plant house, so food protection, not really terribly costly to the host plant. We often see these in the goldenrods, and they don't seem to be affected terribly by them. The rest of this plant is growing just fine, just happens to have a gall on it. There are other kinds of galls that are more leafy, so this is kind of has sort of a different look that also looks kind of tumory. This might not be a gall so much as maybe like the result of some really aggressive chewing by insects. But this extra growth kind of benefits the insects that are eating in there. I don't see anything. I see some little bits of chewing by insects, but I don't see a lot of, I don't really see the culprits in there right now. But that's a form of pathology. Plant growing a structure that isn't really natural for this plant. It's induced by the insects that are feeding on it.